Stop scrolling. If your CTET Feb 2026 exam is just a few days away and you are worried about CDP psychologist theories, then this video is a lifesaver for you. In this one last minute revision session, I am going to cover all important psychologists asked in a CTET paper 1 and paper 2 exactly from exam point of view. Watch this video till the end because one correct psychologist question can decide your selection. Let's start now. Who was Lawrence Kohlberg? Lawrence Kohlberg was an American psychologist who studied moral development. That means how children learn what is right and what is wrong. Kohlberg said that moral thinking develops in steps. He gave three levels and six stages of moral development. Level 1, pre conventional level, age 4 to 11 years. At this level, children's morality is controlled by external factors like punishment and reward. Children don't understand real morality. They just follow rules to avoid punishment or to get reward. This level has two stages. Stage number 1, obedience and punishment orientation. Child follows rules because of fear. The main motive is to avoid punishment. For example, a child does homework because he is scared that the teacher will scold him. Fear of punishment is equal to stage 1. Now, stage 2, individualism and reward orientation. Child behaves morally for self interest. I will do this if I get something. For example, I will share my chocolate only if you share your chips. Here, moral thinking is based on reward and personal benefits. Now, level 2, conventional level, age 10 to 16 years. At this level, children follow rules because society expects them to. They want approval and accept social norms. This level has two stages. Stage 3, good boy, good girl orientation. Child behaves in a way to gain love, approval, and praise. Wants to be a seen as a good. For example, a student helps a friend because he wants teacher to praise him. Keyword approval seeking good behavior. Stage 4, law and order orientation. Child follows rules to maintain order, discipline, and authority. Believes that rules are important for society. For example, stopping at a red light because it is the law. Exam tip: law, rules, duty is equal to stage 4. Now, level 3, post conventional level, age 16 plus year above. Now, the individual becomes morally mature. He questions the rules, thinking logically, and follows universal ethical principles. This level has two stages. Stage 5, social contract orientation. Person understand that rules are made for the welfare of society. If rules are harmful, they can be changed. For example, supporting changes in unfair laws. Keywords: social welfare, democracy, equality. Stage 6, universal ethical principles. Highest stage of moral development. Person follows universal values like justice, human rights, truth, equality, even if it goes against law. For example, Mahatma Gandhi breaking unfair laws for justice. Exam tips: human rights, equality, universal values is equal to stage 6. Now we will revise for a quick revision level, stage, and key idea. Level 1 conventional. Stage 1 keyword आहे fear of punishment. Stage 2 reward and self interest. Level 2 conventional. Stage 3 approval, good boy, good girl. Stage 4 law and order, duty. Level 3 post conventional. Stage 5 social welfare, change rules. Stage 6 universal moral principles. Expected PYQs from this topic. Exam based questions. Question number 1. A child does homework due to fear of punishment belong to which stage? Answer is stage 1 obedience and punishment. Question 2. I will help you if you help me. For example of answer is stage 2 individualism and rewards. Question 3. Teacher will praise me if I behave will refers to stage 3 good boy or good girl. Question number 4. Rules must be followed for a social order refers to stage answer stage 4 law and order. Question number 5. Laws can be changed for social welfare refers to stage 5 social contract. Question number 6. Justice and human rights are above the law refers to answer stage 6 universal ethical principles. Who was Edward Thorndike? Edward Thorndike was an American educational psychologist. He is called the father of modern educational psychology. He focused on how animals and humans learn through actions, success, and mistakes. Thorndike's experiment, the puzzle box. Thorndike placed a hungry cat inside a puzzle box. Outside the box, he kept food. To get the food, the cat had to press a lever. What happened? At first, the cat struggled. It scratched, jumped, tried random things. Accidentally, it pressed the lever. Door open and get food. After several trials, the cat learned the correct action quicker and quicker. From this experiment, Thorndike developed trial and learning, error learning. Trial and error learning. Learning happens by trying different actions, making mistakes, finding to correct a response, repeating successful actions. For example, a child tries multiple ways to solve a puzzle. After many wrong attempts, the child finally finds the correct method and begins using it again and again. Learning is equal to trial, error, and success and repetition. Thorndike's law of learning. Number 1. Law of readiness. Learning occurs best when the learner is physically and mentally ready. It, if the child is not ready, learning feels like a burden. For example, don't teach multiplication if the child is not ready with addition. Number 2. Law of exercise. Practice makes learning strong. Repeated actions strengthen learning. Lack of practice weakens learning. For example, reading every day improves fluency. If the student stop reading for months, fluency reduce. Number 3. Law of effect. Behaviors follows by satisfaction and strength. Behaviors follows by discomfort are uh, wicked, weak. For example, if the teacher prizes a student for a correct answer, the student will repeat the behavior. It's called reward strength learning. Now, important clause 4. Law of multiple response. Learner tries a different response before finding the correct one. Number 5. Law of attitude. Set or mental set. Learning depends on a mood, attitude, and preparation. Number 6. Law of partial activity. Learner must take part in learning. Active participation is necessary. Number 7. Law of response by annoying. Past learning helps in a similar new situation. For example, a student who learned to ride a bicycle learn to ride a scooter faster. 8. Law of associative shifting. A response can shift to a new stimulus if the connection is built step by step. Classroom implications, exam point of view ने आपण बघूयात. Use rewards and prize to encourage learning. Its law of effect. Give students enough practice. Law of exercise. Teach only when child is mentally ready. Developmentally, law of readiness. Encourage action, participation. Use previous knowledge to teach new concept. CTET PYQ style points. Thorndike is associated with trial and error learning. Develop connectionism. SR theory. His learning is mechanical, goal directed, and based on uh, repetition. Focus on stimulus, response, and satisfaction. Vygotsky. Lev Vygotsky, 1896 to 1934, was an Russian psychologist. He believed that children learn through social interactions. Cultures shape the way children think. Language is the most powerful tool for learning. Knowledge develops from outside to inside, means social to individual. Where Piaget said children construct knowledge on their own, Vygotsky said children construct knowledge with the help of others. Social constructivism. Vygotsky theory is called social constructivism. Knowledge is not created alone. Knowledge is built by interacting with teachers, parents, peer groups, and community. Learning helps first between people, then inside the child. This is called interpsychological, means between people. Intra means psychological, inside mind. For example, a child learns how to count because someone teach them. Later they can count alone. Now, zone of proximal development means ZPD. This is Vygotsky's most famous concept. ZPD is the gap between 1. What a child can do alone, 2. What the child can do with guidance, means adult, teacher, peer help. It is the learning potential zone. Types of development zone. 1. Actual development zone. Task the child can perform independently. 2. Proximal development zone. Task the child cannot do alone but can do with help, teachers, parents, and peer. 3. Potential development zone. What the child will be able to do after proper learning. For example, a student is trying to solve a math problem alone but cannot solve with a teacher hint solve correctly. This gap is zone of proximal development. Now scaffolding. Scaffolding means temporary help given by a teacher or expert to support the child in the learning process and slowly removing the help when the child becomes independent. Just like scaffolding is in construction supports a building until it becomes strong. From a scaffolding, asking guiding questions, giving hints, breaking tasks into smaller steps, using gestures or promotes, giving examples, peer tutoring. For example, teacher give 3 steps to solve a complex problem. After practicing, the teacher remove helps. The child now solve independently. Now MKO, more knowledgeable others. Someone who knows more than the child. It can be teacher, parent, peer, sibling, community member, even a book or video. MKO means more knowledgeable others plus ZPD means zone of proximal development plus scaffolding is equal to effective learning. Role of language in development. Vygotsky believed language is the most powerful tool for thinking and learning. A child uses language to think, plan, solve problems, understand concepts, and communicate. Types of a speech. 1. Social speech, talking to others, used in early childhood. 2. Private speech, talking to oneself, help in self regulation, seen in age 3 to 7. For example, a child solved a puzzle saying, "First I put this block, no here, try again." 3. Inner speech, silent thinking, develops later, used by adults. Now, cultural tools. Vygotsky said children learn using culture tool. These also can be language, symbols, numbers, writing systems, technology, traditions. Children use these tools to develop thinking. For example, in India, children learn 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Using symbols like and numbers is a culture tool. Now, role of social interaction. According to Vygotsky, learning is a social process. Children learn best when they interact with teachers, work in a groups, participate in discussion, solve problems with peers, ask questions, engage in a group task. Difference between Piaget and Vygotsky. Piaget said development comes first, learning later. Individual learning, stages of development, little role of culture, and self discovery. And Vygotsky said learning comes first, not development, and development follows. Social learning, no fixed stages, cultural shape thinking, learning with help, more knowledgeable others. Whenever the questions highlight interaction, culture, language, scaffolding, the answer is Vygotsky. Classroom applications. Teachers should use group work, encourage peer tutoring, provide scaffolding, assess the level of ZPD, use guided learning, support learning with culture tools, encourage dialogues and discussion, ask open ended questions, promote private speech for self regulation, create a supportive classroom environment. Is Albert Bandura. Albert Bandura was an famous psychologist. He said children learn by watching others. They learn from family, teachers, friends, TV, cartoons, and environment. So, learning is a social learning theory. Bandura said children learn in a four step. Step number one, attention means look carefully. Children learn when they pay attention to the model. For example, student watch teacher showing how to draw. Step 2, retention means remember. Children remember what they saw. For example, student remembers the drawing steps. Step 3, reproduction means do it. Children try to copy the behavior. For example, student draw the picture by himself. Step number 4, motivation. Why should I do it? Children copy when they get motivation like prize, rewards, good marks. For example, teacher said good job. A child repeats behavior. Now types of models. 1. Live model. A real person doing the behavior. For example, teacher, parent, and friends. 2. Verbal model. Someone tells the steps. For example, teacher explain how to solve a problem. 3. Symbolic model. Characters in a books, TV, movies, cartoons. For example, children copying cartoon characters. Now, Bobo doll experiment. Bandura shows a video to children. In the video, an adult hits a doll called Bobo doll. Some adults were rewarded, some were punished, and some had no results. The experiment findings: children copied the aggressive behavior when they saw reward. Children copied less when they saw punishment. Children still copied when there was no result. Bobo doll experiment conclusion: children learn by watching and copying others. This classroom use: 1. Teacher must behave well because student copy teachers. 2. Use a demonstration method, show and tell. 3. Use price and positive feedbacks. 4. Encourage group learning and peer learning. Do not show negative behavior. Now, some MCQs on this topic. 1. Children learn mainly by option A, punishment; B, watching others; C, reading; D, writing. Answer is B, watching others. Children learn through watching others. Question number 2. Attention, retention, reproduction, motivation are step up. A. Conditioning; B. Observational learning; C. Maturation; D. Memory. Answer is B. Observational learning. Question number 3. Bobo doll experiment shows option A. Children learn aggressive by watching. B. Children are born aggressive. C. Only teachers teach behavior. D. Children do not learn socially. Answer is A. Children learn aggressive by watching. Question number 4. Showing student how to do an actively is. Option A. Symbolic model. B. Verbal model. C. Live model. D. Hidden model. Answer is C. Live model. Question number 5. Bandura focus on. Option A. Social learning. Option B. Only rewards. C. Only punishment. D. Only memory. Answer is A. Social learning. Who is B.F. Skinner? B.F. Skinner was an American psychologist and one of the major behaviorists. He believed that children learn by the effect of consequence. If a behavior is rewarded, it increases. If a behavior is punished, it decreases. His main contribution is operant conditioning theory. What is operant conditioning? According to Skinner, learning happens through rewards and punishment. Skinner said that behavior is operant, which means children operant on their environment and the environment respond with consequence. So the formula is very simple: behavior plus consequences is equal to learning. Now we will learn Skinner box. Experiment explanation. Skinner created a simple device called the Skinner box to study learning in animal. Inside the box, there was a lever, a food tray, a light, of a sound, a signal. When the rat pressed the lever, it got food. Slowly, the rat learned to press the lever whenever it is it was hungry. This shows the reward strengthens behavior. Key elements of operant conditioning. Types of behavior. Skinner explained two types of behavior. One is respondent behavior, automatic behavior. For example, blinking, swelling, nation, swellation. Operant behavior, voluntary behavior, controlled by the consequence. This is the main focus of Skinner. Reinforcement means anything that increases this behavior. There are two types: positive reinforcement, giving something pleasant to increase behavior. For example, teacher gives star for a neat handwriting. Negative reinforcement, removing something pleasant to increase behavior. For example, teacher stops scolding when student complete homework. Negative reinforcement is not punishment, it increases behavior. Sorry, it's decreasing behavior. Punishment reduce behavior. There are two types of punishment too. Positive punishment, adding something unpleasant means positive punishment. For example, extra homework for a disturbing class. Negative punishment, taking away something pleasant, it's called negative punishment. For example, remove play time. Now, shaping means rewarding small steps toward the final behavior. For example, teaching writing, first hold pencil, then draw lines, then write letters. Each step is reinforced. Now, schedules of reinforcement, there are two main types. Continuous reinforcement means reward after every correct response. Intermediate reinforcement, rewards after some response. This is more effective for a long term learning. Now we will learn classroom applications. In the classroom, teachers can use Skinner's idea in many ways: giving prize star stickers, using reward charts, using tokens, giving positive feedback, provide time out to reduce negative behavior, using reinforcement to encourage good habit, teaching step by step thought through shaping. These Skinner's theory helps to behavior modification. Now, MCQs. 1. Skinner is related to option A, inside learning, option B, classical conditioning, option C, operant conditioning, option D, observational learning. Correct answer is C, operant conditioning. Question number 2. Negative reinforcement means option A, giving punishment, B, removing unpleasant stimulus, option C, giving rewards, option D, removing pleasant stimulus. Answer is B, removing unpleasant stimulus. Question number 3. Skinner studies behavior using option A, puzzle box, B, Skinner box, C, maze, D, mirror box. Answer is B, Skinner box. Question number 4. Shaping is related to option A, punishment, option B, step by step reinforcement, option C, forgetting, option D, cognitive map. Correct answer is B, step by step reinforcement. Question number 5. Positive reinforcement is option A, removing something unpleasant, B, giving something pleasant, C, giving punishment, D, taking away reward. Correct answer is B, giving something pleasant. Who is Howard Gardner? Howard Gardner was an American psychologist. He said that intelligence is not one type. Children have many different types of intelligence. Every child is unique and learners in a different way. This idea is called multiple intelligence theory. Gardner's eight multiple intelligence. Number one, linguistic intelligence means word smart, ability to use language, speak, write, and read. For example, authors, speakers, and poets. For example, a child who loves reading and writing stories. Teacher role give reading tasks, storytellings, and debates. 2. Logical and mathematical intelligence, ability to think logically, solve problems, and calculations. For example, mathematicians and scientists. Classroom example, child who quickly solve puzzles and math questions. Teacher role, provide reasoning tasks and experiments. 3. Spatial intelligence, ability to understand pictures, maps, and diagrams. For example, architect, designers, and artists. Classroom example, student who draw very well. Teacher role, use maps, charts, models in a teaching. 4. Bodily and kinesthetic intelligence, body smart, ability to use body parts for learning. For example, dancers, athletes, and actors. Classroom example, a child who learns better through activities. Teacher role, provide hands on activities, role play, and games. Number 5, musical intelligence, ability to understand rhythm, beats, and sound. For example, singers, musician. Classroom example, child who remembers lesson through songs. Teacher role, use rhymes, musical patterns. 6. Interpersonal intelligence. People smart, ability to understand others, communicate, work in a group. For example, teachers, leaders, and counselors. Classroom example, child who helps others and work well in a groups. Teacher role, use group tasks and discussions. 7. Intrapersonal intelligence, ability to understand oneself, emotions, and strength. For example, philosophers self motivate people. Classroom example, a child who works independently. Teacher role, gives self study tasks, reflections, activities. 8. Naturalistic intelligence, nature smart, ability to understand nature, plants, animals. For example, farmers, biologists. Classroom example, child who observe animals, trees, weather. Teacher role, outdoor learning, nature activities. Exam point of view ने आपण we will learn now. Gardner focus on individual differences. Every child has a different strength. Teacher must use multimodal teaching, means many methods. Intelligence is not fixed, it can be developed. This theory supports inclusive education. Now, MCQs. Question number 1. Howard Gardner is related to option A, cognitive development, option B, social learning, option C, multiple intelligence, option D, moral development. Correct answer is C, multiple intelligence. Question number 2. Interpersonal intelligence is related to option A, understanding others, option B, understanding self, option C, music, option D, numbers. Correct answer is A, understanding others. Question number 3. Spatial intelligence focus on option A, body movement, option B, pictures and maps, option C, emotions, option D, rhymes. Correct answer is B, pictures and maps. Who was German Bruner? German Bruner was an American psychologist. He believed that learning is an active process. Children learn best when they discover knowledge by themselves. This theory is called discovery learning theory. Bruner's theory of learning. means discovery learning. According to Bruner, learning happens best when students actively participate. Teacher should act as a guide, not a lecturer. Students should explore, think, and find answers. Learning by doing and discovering. Modes of representations. Bruner said that children learn in three stages. Number one, inactive mode means stage. Learning through doing, hands-on activities, mostly seen in a young children. For example, learning addition using stones or beads. Learning shapes by touching objects. CTET point of view ने learning by physical actions. It's called inactive mode. Now, number two, in iconic mode means image stage. Learning through pictures and images means visual representations. For example, learning animals using pictures, diagrams, charts, and flashcards. Seated point, learning by seeing. It's called iconic mode, means image stage. Now, three, symbolic mode means language stage, learning through symbols, words, numbers. Most advanced stage it is. For example, mathematical formulas, written language, alphabets, and numbers. Seated point, learning by language and symbols. It's called symbolic mode. Now, important features, spiritual curriculum. Bruner introduced the concept of spiral curriculum, meaning of spiral curriculum. Same topic is touched again and again, but each time at a higher level of difficulty. For example, basic addition to later multiplication and later algebra. See, Tate point of view ne. Learning moves from simple to complex. Role of teacher, according to Bruner, teacher is a facilitator, encourages questioning, creates problem-solving situations, support active learning. Seated point, teacher guides, not a dominant. Role of learner, learner is active, learner discovers concepts, learner think critically. Advantages of Bruner's theory: improve thinking skill, promote active learning, enhance problem solving ability, learning becomes meaningful. Now, limitations of Bruner's theory: time consuming, not easy in a large classroom, needs trained teachers. Now, we will learn CTET exam key points by quick revision. Jorem Bruner is discovery learning. Learning is active, three modes: inactive means action, iconic means image, symbolic means language. Spiral curriculum means repeated learning at a higher level. Teacher is a facilitator. Now we will learn MCQs. Question number one. According to German Bruner, learning occurs best through option A, root learning; option B, discovery learning; option C, imitation; option D, conditioning. Correct answer is B, discovery learning. Who was Jean Piaget? Jean Piaget was a Swiss psychologist. He wanted to understand how children think, how their brain develops, and how they learn new things. Piaget said that children are not small adults. They think in a completely different way. They learn by exploring, touching, seeing, and interacting with the environment. He believed in constructivism. Children construct or build knowledge by doing activities. Piaget's four stages of cognitive development. Piaget said that cognitive development happens in four fixed stages. Every child goes through these stages in the same order. Number 1, sensory motor stage, 0 to 2 years. Main idea आहे learning through senses and movement. In this stage, a baby learns using their eyes, hands, ear, mouth, and physical movement. Thinking is completely physical. The child understands cause and effect. The child becomes goal oriented in this stage. The most important concept in is object permanence in this stage. Object permanence example: if you hide a toy under a cloth, very small babies think their toy is gone, but after some months they start understanding that their toy still exists even if it is not visible. Learn through sensory activities, provide toys, rattles, blocks, and movement based on activities. Number 2, pre-operational stage, 2 to 7 years. Thinking is developing but not logical. This stage features rapid language development, strong imagination, thinking is egocentric, difficulty seeing other people's viewpoints, one dimensional thinking, centration. Egocentrism means a child believes everyone seeing the world the same way they do. For example, a child hides by covering their own eyes, thinking other can't see them. Enemies. Child believes non-living objects are alive. For example, my doll is crying. Centration means child focus on only one aspect. For example, choosing a taller glass even if the water quantity is same. Lack of conservation. Child cannot understand that quantity remains same even if shape changes. Use pictures, stories, models. Do not expect logical thinking. Children learn best through hand-on play. Number three, number three stage, concrete operational stage, 7 to 11 years. Logical thinking begins, but only one concrete objects. These stage features can solve problems logically if real objects are present. Understand conversation, numbers, mass, value. Understand reversibility, actions can be reversed. Can see multiple aspects. Decentration can classify and arrange objects. Sceneration. For example, child knows that 5 plus 3 is equal to 8 and 8 minus 3 is equal to 5. Reversibility. It's called reversibility. Child knows two different shapes containers may hold the same amount of water. It's called conservations. Use concrete materials like blocks, charts, diagrams. Learning should be active based, not abstract. Last stage, formal operational stage, 11 plus years. Abstract and scientific thinking develop in this stage. Features of fourth stage can think about future possibilities, can solve algebraic problems, uses hypothetical deductive reasoning, can understand symbols, theories, and abstract ideas. For example, a child can think, if plants don't get sunlight, will they still grow? This is hypothetical thinking. Encourage reasoning, debates, projects, and experiments. Teacher becomes a facilitator, not just a lecturer in this stage. Now we will learn Piaget's key terms. Schema. Schema means a mental framework. For example, a child's idea of a dog. Assimilation means using an existing schema to understand something new. For example, a child sees a cat and calls it dog. Accommodation. Accommodation means changing the schema after learning new information. For example, child learns that cats and dogs are different. Equilibration. Equilibration means balance between assimilation and accommodation. This balance leads to learning. Now we learn Piaget's CTET most important points, direct MCQ area. Children actively construct knowledge is constructivism. Development happens in stages. Stages are sequential, cannot be skipped. Importance of hands-on learning. Egocentrism is a feature of pre-operational stage. Con- Conservation develops in concrete operational stage. Hypothetical reasoning in a formal operational stage. Object permanence develops in sensory motor stage. Now we learn quick summary of whole class. Number one, sensory motor means senses plus moment is equal to object permanence. Number two, pre-operational means imagination in egocentrism, enemies, no conservations. 3. Concrete operational means logical thinking with real object. Its conservation with plus reversibility. 4. Formal operational means abstract, scientific, and hypothetical thinking. Alright, future teachers, if you are watch this video till here, trust me, you are already revised 80-90% of CDP psychologist questions asked in a CTET. If this video helped you, like, share and subscribe to Archana's Teaching Hub because your one support can help another aspirant. All the best for your CTET Feb 2020 exam.